So we start with the Punch newspapers this morning. Invasion, Nigeria, 140 others vote against Russia. Ukraine to get $5.2 billion lifeline. And of course, the riders here, embassy sends Nigerian volunteer fighters list to Ukraine. That I didn't understand, so I asked you.
Is that their ambassador? I don't know what embassy. Okay, the embassy of Ukraine in Abuja have sent the list of people. When
is it those people that we saw yesterday?
Yeah, when Harry told me yesterday that some Nigerians are gathering at the embassy of Ukraine in Abuja to say that they want to volunteer to go and fight for Ukraine in this war. I thought it was a joke, but indeed it's true. Some Nigerians really are thinking that maybe this is my way to Japa.
This one is Japa card.
They probably don't understand what war means.
What goes exactly
you know,
what's going on.
you know what war means. And now the embassy of the Ukraine in Abuja has not sent that list. I don't think that's how to volunteer. I don't know. But Ukraine is saying that if you want to fight for us, we'll accept you. And that they are calling for volunteers, not necessarily trained military men. So I don't know, and I don't think the Nigerian government will facilitate that kind of move. To leave this country. I don't know really, but individuals have their rights, and if now to go fight war they hungry you, so be it for you then. Really, but a lot is happening in the front on the Ukraine-Russia front. Let me give you my update on the war this morning. 4 major explosions overnight, targeting the capital Kyiv. This has been seen on video. It's the 8th. Fighting is raging in very major Ukrainian cities, Kharkiv, Odessa, Kyiv in the capital, and the UN Refugees Agency is now saying that 1 million people have now fled Ukraine since this started 8 days ago. 1 million refugees have now fled Ukraine. The International Criminal Court said yesterday that they open an investigation into potential war crimes by Russia in the Ukraine. The amount of people are being killed, the way apartment buildings are being attacked, when Russia started the military operation targeting military installations in the Ukraine. They are now hitting civilian areas, and Ukraine is counting dead civilians. So the ICC is interested in this one. This is an attack on a sovereign independent country. I don't think the ICC will close its eyes. Russians have now taken control of the key southern port city of Kherson. This is another area where Ukraine have held their ground for the last 8 days. But even the mayor of Kherson have acknowledged that the Russian military commander has come to him and he has handed over the reins, authority of the town to him. Russia has taken one town already. That 40-mile convoy that's heading up to Kyiv, they say this convoy has stalled due to food and fuel shortages. 40 miles is not easy there. 40 miles is from here probably to Shagamu, 60 kilometers on the stretch. There's no way that journey can run once, especially because they are going into a war zone. So for this is the 3 of that convoy moving are stalled. They will refuel and they will keep continuing. They are going to Kyiv. The plan clearly, according to Ukrainians, is to surrender Kyiv and bomb the town into submission. The President Zelensky is in a late night address again from city center, I don't know where, but I think it's above the ground in Kyiv. I was saying that Ukrainians will continue to resist. But there was a key thing, and that's part of the subject of what you just read in the point this morning. There was a key vote at the United Nations General Assembly yesterday. All 140 countries of the UN that were present yesterday voted. It was an overwhelming vote for the UN General Assembly to condemn the Russian invasion. 141 voted in favor, 5 against, 35 abstained, and it shocked me that South Africa is among those that abstained. Let me give you small details of that number. I'll give you the 5 that abstained. The 5 that voted against it, of course, Russia voted against it by themselves. Syria voted against it. The Democratic Republic of Korea, that's Democratic North Korea, voted against it. Eritrea in Africa voted against it, and Belarus voted against it. So those are the 5 countries that voted against it, and 35 were neutral. Those ones that decided not to vote, they abstained. As far as I'm concerned, in the face of injustice, to abstain is to take sides. Yeah. Those that abstain, let me tell you some of them: Algeria, Angola in Africa, Algeria, Angola, Armenia, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Burundi. I don't know why African countries are doing this. They're so tied to the Russian apron strings. Central African Republic, China also abstained. Congo abstained, Cuba abstained, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, India abstained, Iran, Iraq, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Mongolia, Mozambique and Namibia, a lot of African countries either abstained or voted for Russia, voted against it. But I mean, Nigeria voted in favor of that motion, motion to condemn the attack. And the Nigerian government have said it, that the Russian attack on Ukraine is an attack on an independent sovereign nation, a member of the United Nations. So I think Nigeria voted along its conscience. Clearly, that's the conscience of Nigeria today. It doesn't matter whether we like Russia or Russia gives us money or not. It's clear that this is how the Nigerian government sees what's happening in Ukraine. They see it as an affront, an attack against an independent nation. I tell you here every day that the first tenet of international law is that thou shalt not attack or invade your neighbor. Russia has done that, and that's why you see widespread condemnations. And this is the position of the larger world against people who are saying that this is America attack Iraq or America attack Afghanistan. Those are senseless positions, compared to what is happening now in this sense, in this matter. And that's why you can see there's widespread condemnation at the United Nations. It was unanimous, 141, voted, for them. I mean, that happened before. And when that vote was taken, eventually, the entire United Nations stood up and acclaimed it. I don't think this has happened in a long time where you get such a unanimous vote on an issue, especially an issue that affects international law the way this one does. So in the days to come, we'll see how Russia reacts. But like everything that's happening, the response of international community, to this Russian attack on Ukraine, Mr. Putin has factored it in. He's not giving up.
Let's got it all out.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.